Okay, Boss 50-watt Katana 112-inch amplifier. A very powerful little piece of kit, very versatile. I use this one on stage, but it's nowhere near loud enough for some of the venues we play, so it needs to be amplified through the PA system. Now the problem with this is it does have a recording out on here or headphones, but when you plug something into there, it actually turns off the main speaker. And that's no good if you want to use it in a live situation. You need to have the amplifier live while sending a signal out to the PA system. So what I'm going to do is show you how to modify this so that defeats that amplifier mute. First of all, the amplifier shouldn't have been used for a while. Give it plenty of time to charge down. First thing you do is disconnect the speaker terminals here. One side. Now, whenever working with loudspeakers, I like to put a cloth over the top just in case anything gets dropped into the cabinet and damages the speaker cone. This reduces that. What we need to do now is to remove some screws. So these two screws, this screw and this screw you need to remove. Pause. Okay, I'll use a little pot to keep all the screws together. And once you've done that, this will lift out. Place that here and move this well out of the way so nothing happens to it. Right, once the amplifier module is out, you need to remove these 4 screws and these 3 screws. Pause. Now once all those screws are out of the way, just lift that back away like that. This is the power amplifier. The piece we're trying to get at is this little fella down here. And we do that by taking this screw out and taking this nut. I'm using an 11mm spanner. Okay, there's a backing washer for that. Now you'll see this board is now loose, and you'll also notice that down there is a washer. That's a spacer washer for the jack socket. Pull it back a bit. And this is what we have. This is the thing we need to modify. What happens when you put the plug in for the headphones or for the recording outlet is you can see these 3 contacts. You see how they open in turn? This one here is the signal, this one here is the ground, and this one here is a control. And when that is opened like that by the plug, that sends a signal to the power amp to tell it to close down. Is there enough light on that? Yes, there is, yeah. So what we need to do is to connect these 2 terminals together. And we do that on the back with a piece of wire soldered between that terminal and that terminal. It's as simple as that. I have heard and seen on the internet that some people have actually connected a switch across here, drilled a hole in the back so they have a little toggle switch which allows them to use it for headphones when they want quiet practice. But what I find is if you just turn it to standby anyway, this will still work as a headphone socket. So that's up to you if you want to do that. But this is the simplest modification, and all you're doing is defeating this contact because of that wire, shortening that out. Right, now to put it back together again, the way I suggest is to get the plastic washer and the little nut, and feed that in from underneath the hole, and then flip this washer in place like that. I'll feed this little fella back into place. Can you see that there? So that it's, I can't see. Till it's approximately, yeah, that's right. Now, by turning the nut on the other side, come underneath. Can you? Can't quite see that. I'm turning that nut into that socket.
Pause. I don't know whether that'll be upside down or back to front or what. It doesn't matter.
And then we can...
Hang on,
Can you come around this side?
Yeah, I'm on pause.
I'm on pause.
Oh, no, no.
And then now you can see this little hole. We can get this little screw back into there. And then tighten this little fella up. Don't over tighten this. Just a little nip is enough. Right. Now put this back and replace the screws. Four on this side and four on this side. Once all the screws are back in and tight, bring the cabinet back. And very carefully drop this little guy back where he belongs. And replace these four screws. These two fellas. Okay, that's the thing back in place. The screws are tight. Everything's returned to normal. Now we can take the cover away and reconnect the speaker connections. One little fella, on you go. That's it. There we are. And that's it. That's the amplifier finished.